Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 111 of Isolate, Meditate, Create. My name is Jessica Lynn Johnson. I am the founder and CEO of Soaring Solo Studios, and Soaring Solo is dedicated to the direction and development of one-person plays. And IMC has been happening throughout the entire pandemic and is just an opportunity for us to connect creatively, do a little bit of self-care, and also to meditate and write together once a week. So please make sure that you have something nearby you to write with and write on, and that you're in a comfortable seated position wherever you are. I do want to just give a disclaimer that sometimes the things that come up for us during the visualization and meditation can be jarring or triggering. And if that happens for you and you need to hop off the call, feel free to do that and take care of yourself. And if you need resources for mental or emotional support beyond that, please feel free to email me at soaringsoloartist@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to provide you with some resources to help you. Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and just close our eyes and just find a comfortable seated position and start to just focus on your breath. And audibly exhale out if you need to. Just release any tension, any stress, any discomfort. Just let those things go. Slowing down and focusing on your breath. Just really let your mind clear. Notice any thoughts that might be racing around or passing through, and just let them go on their way. Try not to attach to them or get caught up in them. Just let them go. And keep coming back to this present moment and to your breath. And just imagine on every breath, you're breathing in warm, bright, nourishing light, that you see it filling every inch of your body, just nourishing you and relaxing you, expanding you. Just see that light infiltrating every inch of your body. And do a body scan from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, just surveying where you might be carrying tension or discomfort or pain, or where you might be clenching muscles. And just breathe deeply into those places. Just imagine that light nourishing those places and relaxing those places, letting your jaw drop, your shoulders drop back, and just continue to relax. And just feel the energy of support that is available to you right now on this call, with everyone who's showing up to hold this space together. Just bask in that support for a moment. Start to imagine that on your in-breath, you're breathing in things that serve you, things that you need to call into your experience right now. So imagine breathing in optimism, innovation, abundance, faith, hope, love, joy, curiosity, passion, forgiveness, kindness, patience. Whatever you need right now in your life, just imagine on your in breath that you are pulling that closer to you. And with your out breath, releasing those things that do not serve you in this moment, things that you want to let go of, at least for right now. Bitterness, fear, resentment, negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, let that go on your out breath. And just continue on in this cycle of breathing in those things that serve you and exhaling those things that do not. And now begin to imagine that your breath is transforming. And you're continuing to breathe in those things that serve you. But now in your out breath, you're giving back to the world whatever it is you have to give in this moment. Your allyship, your kindness, your patience, your knowledge, your talent, whatever it is you have to give, just imagine on your out breath, you are sharing that far and wide with the world. So continue breathing in what serves you and exhaling whatever you have to give back. And in the next few moments, I'm going to guide you through visualization. So, with your eyes closed and your breath deep and your body relaxed, just go on this journey with me and try not to censor yourself in any way. Just be really free with your thinking and just let your intuition and imagination guide you. I want you to call to mind a confidant of yours who you can confide in, who you can share things with in safety and support. So just call to mind this confidant. And this can be someone from your past, or it might be someone in your present, or maybe that's something that you really deeply need. And so this will just be a space of imagining what that confidant might look like. So just take a moment to bring this person to mind. And as you recall them, just bring as many of the details to the surface as you can, what their name is, what they look like, how you met, how old they are. When did this take place where you began confiding in them? Just recall as many of the details as you can as you bring this memory to the surface. And what about this person makes them a safe and supportive space for you to share who you are and what you think, what you're grappling with? What about them makes them a confidant for you? What are those qualities? What are some of the things that you've confided in them? What are some parts of yourself that you've shared with them that maybe you wouldn't feel safe to share with other people as easily as you do with them? And now take a moment to consider, are you a confidant for someone else? Maybe it's for the same person who's a confidant for you, or maybe you provide this space for someone else. Or maybe you don't know yet if that's your role in someone else's life, and maybe you can just imagine how that would look for you to take on that role. And how do you provide, or how could you provide a safe and supportive space for someone else to share who they are, to share their truth? What would that look like for you? And just take another moment or two to reflect upon this idea of being a confidant and having a confidant. Just reflect on that for another moment. Taking another deep breath in. And on our exhale, slowly opening our eyes, coming back to this present moment. And go ahead and reach for whatever it is you have to write with and write on. I am going to set my timer for 8 minutes. And I just want you to write about whatever came up for you. Um, Maybe there's something you need to confide and you need to say and get off your chest. And this would be a good space to do that, knowing that you never have to share anything you've written unless you want to. Perhaps it's a scene between you and your confidant, and you're writing that out in a dialogue. Maybe it's poetry or song lyrics or just first person narration. Whatever it is you need to do to express yourself, go for it. And I will let you know when your 8 minutes are up. Just about 2.5 minutes left, 2.5 minutes. Just under a minute left. Okay, and please wrap up your writing. Hopefully that felt good and you were able to get some things out that you needed to express. And I always encourage, if it's on scrap paper or journal or something, please transcribe it into a document on your computer so you're keeping it safe somewhere and having it accumulate and maybe even turn into a solo show. And I think the things that we would confide in someone privately often end up in our solo shows very vulnerably. So it's interesting how it works out that way, where our very private places get shared very publicly in art and in the work that we do. So you might have even discovered something that you wrote that might be an important thing to say from stage. Maybe not right now, maybe so, I don't know. You might grow into that space to share. Okay, if you look over in the chat, I put some announcements happening in our community. So first and foremost, my free class, my free solo theater class is happening on Saturday, April 17th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. No experience is necessary to attend. You don't have to bring anything previously written. You can just show up. And if you do have something that you've written that you'd like to share, there will be time at the end of class, hopefully, for that. I always try and see as many people as I can. But you do need to RSVP at soaringSoloStudios.com under free stuff or under the events tab. And then you'll be sent the Zoom link and all of that. And the April Creating Captivating Characters Intensive is actually sold out. We've been sold out, so we are now looking at our May dates, which we haven't solidified yet, but it will likely be on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's $149 for the whole experience. It's usually a 3-week experience, and you learn a lot about the development of characters in solo theater and the tools and techniques of solo theater, which is a very unique genre and has very different tools than ensemble theater. And you'll often discover your story through your characters. But I'm going to let the primary teacher, Heather Dowling, who's an award-winning solo artist herself, tell you a little bit more about that. So let me unmute you, Heather, and spotlight you.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, I can't tell you the amazing journey it's been with the Creating Captivating Characters intensives. We knew that it was going to be a fantastic primer for people understanding how to use character work inside of solo performance to tell a more vivid story that's unique to the genre that we get to play in, but also to allow the characters to offer suggestions and guidance for how the story is going to get told to kind of support you in your writing process. And what we've also found is that in terms of a polishing tool for people who already have work, they're discovering new ways to integrate actual performance into the storytelling they've been doing, but also that they've discovered new layers to the story they have to tell through the characters that they're deepening their relationships to and practicing their what I want to say, their characterization of. So we've had really a lot of breakthroughs with people in their existing work. And for people who are just getting started, they've discovered just how much characters can help you be a writing partner and bringing your stories to life. So it really has been amazing. And every intensive has sold out in most cases 2 to 3 weeks ahead of when we start. So if it's something you think you're interested in, it may definitely get on the list so that you can be the first to know when we solidify the dates. So I would love to see you there. And some of you I've seen before, maybe I'll see you again.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you, thank you. Yes, so let us know. You can email me at soringsoloartist@gmail.com. And that also stands if you'd like to do an initial consultation with me, one-on-one coaching, power pairs, small group. If you want to know what any of those things are, just email me. Also, I have a bunch of free content on YouTube, on my YouTube page, which I put in the chat as well. And all of the IMCs, 111 of them, are going to be on YouTube. Well, they already are, except for today's, which I'll put on later. And also please invite whoever you would like to join in this experience next week, which is April 14th, 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like to join us, it is via this link every time. And let's see, oh yes, and Solo Fest is continuing on in April with Carla Delaney's award-winning, rave-reviewed one-woman show, Voices. So you all might have seen her more recent show, Worth It, but we are bringing back Voices, which did a fantastic job in the Hollywood Fringe back in 2016 and has gone on with much success since then. So she's got 2 solo shows she's juggling right now, and we are having Voices on Sunday. This Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I put the link for tickets. If you just go to my website and under events, you will see her show listed. But essentially, Carla is a phenomenal voiceover artist, and the story just centers around her discovering her own voice and how to speak her own truth. Even though she can do every impression you could think of, speaking her own truth has always been the challenge. So that's what it's about. It's very comedic. She plays many, many characters. So speaking of characters, it's a great masterclass in seeing the tools and techniques beautifully done. So I hope you'll join us for that on Sunday. And I think that's everything. Yeah, I think that's all the announcements I have right now. But thank you all so very much for joining me. I hope you have a phenomenal Wednesday. I will leave the chat on for just a couple of moments if you want to jot down anything or say hi to one another. But I will see you all soon. Bye.